While Africa is currently considered the world's poorest continent, it's on the brink of a major transformation into a hub of innovation and luxury. Despite facing significant development challenges, such as slow economic growth, inadequate infrastructure, and lagging progress compared to other regions, Africa is rich in natural resources, making it an attractive destination for investors. As a result, the continent has launched several groundbreaking mega-construction projects that are capturing global attention and driving economic growth. Africa won't remain in the shadows for long. Stay tuned as we explore the 10 biggest megaprojects set to reshape the continent in the coming years. This river will be like no other in the world. The idea came with a staggering price tag of $5 billion, and costs are expected to rise as development progresses. The engineering proposal envisions transforming a barren desert, one plagued by dust storms and devoid of water, into a landscape featuring a river 1.5 times the size of the Panama Canal. It may sound impossible, but where will this river be located? Egypt has decided to carve this artificial river through the desert in the northwest, near the Daba nuclear power plant. Announced in March 2021, this engineering marvel will include artificial rivers and new canals. But why has Egypt chosen to invest billions in these projects when it already has the world's longest river, the Nile? At first glance, Egypt appears fortunate to have such a vital water source. However, the country has been grappling with a severe water crisis due to its rapidly growing population. A major issue has been its inability to make full use of 16% of its fertile land. Water shortages have become a serious problem, leading to rationing and even water deliveries by truck to remote areas in recent years. But don't assume this project will rely on the Nile for irrigation. Instead, it aims to recycle wastewater through a new facility called the Al Hammam Water Treatment Plant, which will supply up to 7.5 million cubic meters of water per day. The Nile might only be used as a last resort in extreme situations. Several multinational companies have already invested in this ambitious project, anticipating future gains. Once fully funded, it's expected to be fully operational within 5 to 7 years. Located in the southeastern corner of Lagos State, this project is designed to create a special economic zone that will support industrial development, attract foreign investments, and ultimately drive economic growth. It's an example of Chinese cooperation in Africa, with initial construction completed in 2006. Several ongoing projects, such as the Lekki Deep Sea Port, are further enhancing the region's economic potential. The entire project is expected to be completed by the 2030s. I'm genuinely curious to see how it'll boost Nigeria's economy and attract global attention. This isn't the only project China has been involved in across Africa. If you'd like to see a list of 10 Chinese projects that are transforming Africa's future, be sure to check out our detailed video on the topic. And if you're curious, I'll be sharing a project later in this video that the Bank of China initially planned to finance, only to later exclude from its list of African investments. This futuristic city in Nigeria is expected to rival global hotspots like Dubai, Singapore, and Monaco. It serves as a prime example of a destination that seamlessly blends innovation, commerce, and luxury. Strategically located just minutes from Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport, the city's accessibility will further enhance its status as a major hub. Construction began in 2018, and once completed, the city will be home to 200,000 residents. Spanning 1,260 hectares, it'll feature a financial hub, a central business district, luxurious hotels, and upscale residential areas. One of its most striking engineering marvels will be the iconic Buhari Tower, a skyscraper set to define its skyline. Nigeria has surpassed expectations by launching multiple groundbreaking construction projects, including this dream city. Located on the eastern coast of Tanzania, this port is considered one of the most significant in East Africa. With a price tag of $10 billion, the new port is expected to handle 20 million TEU annually by 2045, making it the largest port in the region. In 2013, China announced plans to build the port, and construction began in 2015. Bagamoyo Port is situated about 75 kilometers north of Dar es Salaam, Tanzania's commercial hub and main port. However, with a growing population and increasing trade demands, authorities recognize the need for better infrastructure and logistics facilities. The project also includes the Bagamoyo Special Economic Zone, which is expected to attract approximately 700 industries once fully completed. Before we dive into the sixth project, don't forget to subscribe if you're new. I cover incredible construction projects, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. Also known as the West-East Coastal Rail Line, this 1,400-kilometer standard gauge railway will connect Lagos to Calabar in Nigeria. Approved by the Federal Executive Council in 2014, the project initially secured financial backing from China, but the country later withdrew its support. Undeterred, Nigeria remained committed to its completion, with the government approving $11 billion in funding to move forward with construction. The Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, emphasized that this railway is vital for driving the nation's economic growth. He said, "It is a key element in driving the development of economies all over the world, and it creates possibilities for other sectors. Therefore, you can't even create employment if you don't create logistics." Nigerians are too ethnically conscious. You think first as your ethnicity before you think as a Nigerian. Ethnicity is putting pressure on the economics of railway construction. What you hear is, "I'm a Yoruba man, I'm a Hausa man, I'm an Igbo man." This railway project has been divided into 2 phases, set for completion by 2030. The first phase will run between Calabar and Port Harcourt, while the second will extend from Port Harcourt to Lagos via Onitsha. This $14.5 billion project is part of Kenya's Vision 2030 Economic Development Plan, which aims to transform the country into a newly industrialized nation, providing a high quality of life in a clean and secure environment. Located 64 kilometers south of Nairobi, along the route to the port city of Mombasa, the project will span 2,000 hectares of land. Initially announced in 2012, it envisions a world-class city built on cutting-edge technology and reliable infrastructure. Exciting updates in 2024 have renewed hopes for this futuristic city, where residents will live at the forefront of technological advancement. However, like many other megaprojects, it has sparked controversy, even among everyday social media users. For instance, one person commented, "The project is sluggish. Why can't the government just attract foreign investors for the built massive skyscrapers? I'm sure Anisha 2090. However, many others think differently and wholeheartedly support the project. Imagine living in a multi-billion-dollar smart city with its own international airport. This vision is now becoming a reality, offering a new way of life for 350,000 to 500,000 South Africans. The city will be located near Lanseria International Airport, north of Johannesburg, and will be the first post-apartheid city designed with the best practices in urban sustainability and technology. Originally announced in 2005, the project faced several challenges, leading to a decade-long pause in construction. However, work has resumed, and completion is now expected by 2040. Launched in 2007 by the African Union, the groundbreaking Great Green Wall project aims to promote peace and restore nature across Africa's Sahel region. Its primary goal is to improve the lives of 100 million people by cultivating plants, vegetation, and grasslands across a 15 kilometers wide, 8,000 kilometers long stretch of land. According to the United Nations Environment Program, this initiative will restore 100 million acres of degraded land and create 10 million jobs by 2030, a truly remarkable achievement. Reports estimate that at least $33 billion will be required to bring this ambitious vision to life. This is yet another example of China's large-scale projects in Africa. China is investing approximately $59 billion to build a new capital east of Cairo. But what makes it necessary? Announced in 2015, the project's main goal is to ease overcrowding in Cairo and accommodate the country's growing population. Designed to house over 6 million residents, the new city will span an area as large as Singapore. But this won't be just another ordinary city built to handle population growth. Instead, it'll feature cutting-edge facilities powered by artificial intelligence, revolutionizing urban living. Say goodbye to slow networks and outdated infrastructure. This city promises advanced, seamless access to electricity, water, and gas, setting a new standard for luxury and modern living. This $80 billion megadam, planned for the Congo River, aims to generate enough electricity to power vast regions of Africa. Located in the Democratic Republic of Congo, it's expected to produce twice the power of China's Three Gorges Dam. Once completed, it'll be the world's largest hydroelectric plant, playing a crucial role in boosting Africa's economy and shaping a brighter future for the continent. From Egypt's $5 billion artificial river to the $80 billion Grand Inga Dam in Congo, these massive construction projects are nothing short of jaw-dropping. These engineering marvels are set to transform living standards across Africa, creating jobs and boosting the economy. Which of these 10 projects impressed you the most? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.